And good afternoon, everyone. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor. My name is Jim, and this is the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG network. This is a directed network, and I am net control. If at any time during this net, should an emergency arise, please notify net control, and we'll stand by and allow those in need to access this frequency. Is there any emergency or priority traffic at this time? And hearing nothing, we will continue. This net is all about ham radio and being all that you can be. That's what our QSO-VLOG network is all about, trying to help people achieve the best sounding station possible. Thanks for dropping by. FYI, my background is 50 years in commercial broadcasting, where a lot of big bucks are spent on audio processing equipment and getting it set up correctly to get the loudest, fullest sounding station possible. Well, long story short, when I became a ham radio operator, I could hear immediately a large discrepancy in on-air technical proficiency. A lot of stations were running with very poor mic equalization, very muddy, with little articulation. And as I continued to work stations, I realized most of the stations were also running very low average peak modulation, many around 30% of average peak modulation. So with my background, I felt I could help, or at least try. I knew that most modern-day ham transceivers did have enough onboard processing equipment to be able to overcome most all of the problems. So it would just be a matter of developing a generic dynamic range setup procedure and then adjusting the onboard EQ gear. QSO-VLOG network, we started with the phrase, if you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout. And today we're currently featuring over 1,950 Aircheck recordings. Our mission statement for the network is to establish a higher technical level of radio transmissions of the human voice by the intelligent utilization of available electronics in current amateur radio transceivers. Our setup, while generic in nature, converts the average 10 dB dynamic range transmitter with an average 30% of peak modulation to a much fuller 3 dB dynamic range with an average 80 to 85% of peak modulation. This substantial boost in audio transmit level is extremely beneficial in high noise levels and heavy QRM. It allows you to punch through when others fail. The second part of our transmitter setup has to do with proper mic equalization. We're looking to optimize the transmitted voice for a higher degree of intelligibility through the use of EQ patterns that bring out the articulation aspects of the human voice. Again, why need to hear the voice if you can't understand the words? Also this afternoon on the receive side, we're running 4 Internet SDR receivers, monitoring New York, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Virginia, trying to get the best copy possible from our 100-watt friends. Now the audio from these 4 SDR receivers comes up on a 6-position rotary selector. Also in this selector is our local receiver audio. And today, our local receiver is running 3 large 10-foot vertical magnetic loop antennas, one aimed at 0 degrees, one aimed at 90 degrees, and the number 3 is aimed at 134 degrees. In addition, 2 of the 3 may be rotated separately. They are selected by a 6-position rotary selector. Also today on the transmit side, we'll be running our no SWR specially oriented dipole antenna. One leg of this dipole is broadside to Montreal, Canada. The other leg is broadside to Miami, Florida. As we were constructing our station, our mantra was 20 over from Montreal to Miami with a hotspot through the Carolinas. And although conditions may vary, the general performance of this antenna supports its mission. Also today we'll be running our input source indicator. So when we switch from an Internet SDR receiver to our local receiver, you'll be able to hear the switch and see the switch. You'll have to check it out on our YouTube QSO-VLOG video. And as we come together for another Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG network, let us pause just a moment for the amateur radio operator's prayer. Lord, we pray for clear 20 over S9 communications today. Let all our transmissions fill the air and reach their destinations QSA5 to be understood by all. And as we pray for good radio conditions, let us also pray for good human conditions. During this time, a pandemic that has challenged us all, we pray that you will protect everyone, especially our elderly. And also, Lord, we seek your divine intervention to bring peace to a very divided United States. As we go through a very conflicting time in America's history, with dark clouds all around, we pray that you will reduce life's daily political QRM between our brothers and sisters. And through your love and guidance, show us the way to find peace and harmony. Help us to communicate with one another 20 over S9. Thank you, Lord, and God bless and protect America. Amen. To continue, since this is an area of the band where we have many nets trying to operate in a very confined area, I would appreciate all stations checking into our QSO-VLOG net to keep their bandpass to no wider than 100 to 2900. Again, please, no wider than 100 to 2900. This is the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG network, and now let's check in and see if Charlie K1GZL is on frequency to bring us up to date on the latest 40-meter band propagations. Charlie's QTH is up north in northern New Hampshire, near the Canadian border. Charlie, got a copy?
Border. Charlie, got a copy? Yes, Jim, I sure do. You're running 10 over 9 on my cloud warmer, as my quad, of course, is out of service at the present time. You got a very nice signal, and right now the sun is breaking out a little bit. It's been mostly cloudy, windy, cold. Last night it was extremely windy. The temperature, the normal low up here in northern New Hampshire is 11 degrees, and at midnight it was 52, and over in Montpelier, Vermont, it was 63, if you can believe such things. And then a cold front came through, and not a severe cold front, but a cold front, about 2 o'clock in the morning, and we had hellacious winds gusting at least 60 miles per hour, and the power went out for an hour and a half, and we're lucky. It could have gone out and stayed out a long time. The snow is off the ground. However, this weekend we are expecting snow. Most of it will pass just south of us, of all things, but we could get 5 to 8 inches up here at 2,030 feet above sea level in northern New Hampshire. So I wonder how you copy, Jim, KC9VKV, K1GZL, and it's just at freezing outside, and the winds are still blowing 35 miles per hour. Go ahead.
Roger, Charlie, you went from a 20 to a 25 over in Milford, PA, Roger?
25 over in Milford, PA, Roger. Roger, thank you for that. By the way, here's Captain Mike talking about Christmas trees. Here he's home in Southwest Virginia. Just a couple seconds of it.
Well, they've got pretty big white pines, but that must be really a lot of fun to be able to pick out a tree and go ahead and use that as your Christmas tree. But anyway.
Okay, there we are. All right, Jim, let me turn it back over to you. The visibility, though, is excellent. I can see out to about 45, 50 miles at the present time. KC9VKV, K1GZL.
Roger. Charlie, just curious about how your main antenna is coming along. What needs to be done there?
Coming along with what needs to be done there? Well, the main antenna broke at the balance. It broke. And dangled free from the balance, but we've got the ladder up to that balance. It's a matter of collecting it. However, the line for the director is down, and that has to be replaced. And I'm still recuperating, and my voice, my tracking is a little unstable where it's pretty steep. I have a tendency to get deorganized or destabilized, and to get over there. It might be when the snow gets on the ground and heavier, I might be able to do something more than I'm doing now, but it is a problem, and everything is happening at the same time, Jim. KC9VKV, K1GZL.
Roger, Roger, Charlie. Well, whatever. Don't take any chances. That's very, very dangerous situation. Yeah, I know you got a new ladder, but I'm not sure that's a good omen, if you know what I mean.
I'm not sure that's a good omen, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Excuse my voice, it suddenly went out. But your signal is actually 20 over right now. It's terrific.
Very, very dangerous situation. Yeah, I know you got a new ladder, but I'm not sure that's a good omen, if you know what I mean.
Okay, Jim, I'll turn it back to you. I won't hold it too long. We should try to be on tomorrow. Next Friday. Next Friday at the same time. The following Friday, by that time, we'll be able to record Captain Mike again on his flight between Philadelphia and Sacramento. However, with this only using this antenna on 40, it doesn't go west too awfully well. So most of what I pick up will be from west to east on 20 meters. And boy, he really clocks in a terrific signal here. Aeronautical Mobile on 20, KC9VKV, K1GZL.
Roger, Roger, Charlie. What is his output power?
Roger, Roger, Charlie. What is his output power?
400 watt to an 800. An 8-foot long. I thought it was a wire, but it's not. It's more of it's a wrapped type of antenna. It's wider than a wire, but it's only 8 feet, and he's using Cullen's equipment, which means only upper sideband. And when we have to use 40 because of poorer conditions on 20, we have to use upper sideband, and sometimes that does cause problems. But generally speaking, the fellows are very acceptance of that, and we've had no real serious problems. Go ahead.
Roger, Charlie. So I'm assuming that that upper sideband limitation is only holds true for I guess commercial radios for aircraft. I'm sure their ham radios are upper and lower. Roger.
Radios are upper and lower. Roger.
But as far as I know, all of that military equipment is upper sideband. Why? I don't know. But it's primarily upper sideband, and it's a little bit disconcerting, but that's the military. They want to concentrate on upper sideband. So far as I know, none of the aeronautical mobile people that I have been informed about have used anything but upper. And Jim was thinking WA3FET. He was thinking that maybe something could be changed around so that they'd have an option. But the military wants to stick right with upper sideband with their equipment. Go ahead.
Roger, Roger. Well, I guess they figure, not having a redundancy of being able to use both upper and lower, that they would just make it the one. Roger.
Or that they would just make it the one. Roger.
Yeah, that's it. They want to just keep it one, and if they have both upper and lower, could be if something emergency comes along, and everybody else, militarily speaking, is listening on the upper sideband, and by accident they threw a switch and it was on the lower, they wouldn't be copyable. It would be bad. Go ahead.
Roger, Roger. Well, Charlie, you're sounding mighty good there. Milford is doing an excellent job. You're still 20 over there, Roger.
Excellent job. You're still 20 over there, Roger.
Oh, thank you very much. I used to be a little bit stronger into Milford with the other antenna, but can't use what I don't have. If this goes out, I'm off by 40, period. But I'm holding my breath. Okay, Jim, look, I'll let you go there, and we'll catch you hopefully next week. And Merry Christmas to you, and a Happy New Year, in case some disastrous storm comes along and takes the cat right off frequency. Oh, boy. That wind last night, you wouldn't believe it. It screamed through here, and then the power was out for an hour and a half. But as far as I can see, there was no damage. But I had guests here yesterday evening, and they almost got blown out of bed, so to speak, over there in the other bedroom. So, Jim, thank you very, very much, and hopefully we'll be on next week. And I'll tell you how much snow we ended up with on Saturday afternoon and Saturday night and early Sunday morning. But you'll hear about that on TV. And out your way, I would guess right now you've been having some rain, a little bit of rain in the last few hours. KC9VKV, K1GZL.
Roger, Charlie, just a little drizzle, nothing to write home about, thank goodness. Luckily, my dipole, even in snow, it doesn't tend to rise up as far as SWR. So normally it's like a 0.05 or something like that. So we got it tuned down real good. Well, Charlie, let me say 73 up that way, sir, and you have a great afternoon, and we'll see you next Friday, Roger.
Have a great afternoon, and we'll see you next Friday, Roger.
Roger, Jim, and thank you very much for letting me come aboard into your station. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to anybody or everybody that might be listening. The very best, Jim. Excuse my voice. It's going on a little bit here at the moment. KC9VKV, K1GZL. We are clear.
Roger, Charlie. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. This is KC9VKV, and I'm Jim, and better known in some circles as Dr. VKV, and we're recording now live till 5. So if you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout. We'll post this recording up on YouTube in the next couple of days. So when you go to YouTube, just do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. That's KC9VKV logbook. That will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 of 1950 QSO-VLOG recordings. So you go to YouTube, do a call letter search, KC9VKV logbook, and this will be cut 1. And this is KC9VKV. The name is Jim, and we are recording now live till 5. So if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Hi, so if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. Kilo 4, Hotel Echo Whiskey.
Kilo 4 station, come back slowly phonetically with a call sign.
Kilo 4 station, come back slowly phonetically with a call sign. Kilowatt 4, Hotel Echo Whiskey.
Roger, Hotel Echo Whiskey, and the name?
Roger, Hotel Echo Whiskey, and the name? The name here is Joe Juliet Oscar Echo, located in Clayton, North Carolina, just outside of Raleigh.
Yes, sir, Joe. And what radio are you running today, sir?
Yes, sir, Joe. And what radio are you running today, sir? We are running the ICOM 7300, and we actually live in a motorhome and have a quarter-wave vertical rear ladder.
Roger, Joe, and just conditions kind of reversing themselves just at the moment. Why don't you give me about 10 seconds on your antenna system, and I'll look around and see if we can find a better connection.
All right, we'll do that. Transmitting out of Clayton, North Carolina. Here is an ICOM 7300 through a quarter-wave vertical antenna. 40 meters. It is the mounted antenna, and it is mounted on the top of the rear ladder of the motorhome. The top of it extends all the way up to about a maximum height of around 40 feet. K4HEW.
Roger, Joe. I found you down in Atlanta, Georgia. You're about 12 over down in Atlanta, Roger.
About 12 over down in Atlanta, Roger.
Oh, roger that, Jim. You are between 15 and 20 over here, just booming in.
Roger, that 7300 is sounding real good.
Roger, that 7300 is sounding real good. I think I've got it set up the way we talked last, at about a 3 compression of 3. Mic gain is at 25, as I remember, and the bandwidth is 100 to 2900. Low, medium, and high, or mid, low, and high. And my EQs are both at, one is the bass is at +1, and the high end is at a, to be pretty optimal, Roger.
Roger, main thing about that mic gain is how it affects the ALC. You want your ALC to be running at mid-scale to 2/3 by way of mic gain control, Roger?
To 2/3 by way of mic gain control, Roger. That's right. That's right where it's at, too. About 2/3, almost 2/3, and holding steady there.
Roger. Excellent. Excellent, Joe. Gosh, thanks for checking in, buddy. It sounds good. Usually you're a little bit hotter, but, I guess we have some propagational differences this afternoon, Roger?
Propagational differences this afternoon, Roger? Yeah, it's still bouncing around a bit, but you're still well over F9. And I've noticed my ALC, it peaks at about 50%. It does not go above that. I do hold the mic right off the corner of my mouth, and the microphone has a windscreen over it, black sponge windscreen, so I eliminate the puffs that were, and I think that makes a big difference because I can hear it in a lot of other radios without the windscreen.
Yes, sir, Joe. Now, you might turn your mic gain up to, I think you said it was 25 now. I'll take it up to 30. If your ALC is just running mid-scale, we want that to run between 2/3 and mid-scale, Roger?
Between 2/3 and mid-scale, Roger? Oh, roger that. I just went up to 30. Actually, it looks the same. Let me try something drastic like 50. There's a 50, and everything stays the same. I think it's clipped right there. It's not going to go above that. That's what it looks like anyway.
Roger, sounds pretty good. I'd bring it back down to about a 40, and I'd run it at the 40 mark, Roger.
To about a 40, and I'd run it at the 40 mark, Roger. All right, that's exactly where I set it, and we'll leave it there. It on the ALC meter, it's still bumping right at 50.
Yeah, it should be moving on up there. I'm not real sure why your ALC would not reflect the additional input level, but who knows?
Who knows? Well, as long as it doesn't sound too hot, we'll just leave it there for now.
Sounds good to me. Let's see. Why don't you tell me the best thing you like about your 7300? I'll listen again and see if I can get a little bit better copy now again.
See if I can get a little bit better copy now again. Oh, roger. The used secondhand was only about 6 months old and not a scratch on it, but the price was really good. I think I paid $180 for it with the stock mic, and thing I like most is you don't have to buy other equipment to make it work extremely well, Roger?
Roger, I finally got you on my local antenna, and your bottom end is just perfect. They're right zero level at 100 cycles, so you got a great bottom end, a good top end, so you got it going on, buddy.
Well, that sounds good. That sounds sexy, huh?
Yeah. All right, Joe. 73, sir. Thanks for dropping by, Roger.
Roger. 3's that way, Jim. And thanks much. Merry Christmas to you, and have a great weekend. I'm glad you weren't damaged by those tornadoes, too. 73's K4HEW.
Roger, Joe. 73, sir. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. Heard somebody just back off the key there. Station, try it again.
try it again.
Yeah, I was just passing through Georgia again, and I thought I caught the tail end of somebody calling. Milford has kicked me off here. Let me go back and see if I can get back on Milford. That is my favorite go-to SDR receiver because it just has such a beautiful antenna system, I guess it is. It seems to be always one of the hottest SDRs around. All right, this is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Kilo November 4, Mike Kilo Quebec.
Mike Kilo Quebec, come back with the call sign again, please. Phonetically, slowly.
Call sign again, please. Phonetically, slowly.
Kilo November 4, Mike Kilo Quebec.
Yes, sir, Mike Kilo Quebec, and what's the name there?
Yes, sir, Mike Kilo Quebec, and what's the name there?
You have Daniel here.
Alrighty, Daniel, let's see, and what's your location, sir?
Alrighty, Daniel, let's see, and what's your location, sir?
Sugar Sierra Charlie, South Carolina. Mount Croggan, South Carolina.
Roger, South Carolina, Daniel, and what radio are you running, sir?
Roger, South Carolina, Daniel, and what radio are you running, sir?
I am running an FTDX 3000.
FTDX 3000, Roger. Okay, why don't you give me about 10 seconds? Tell me about your antenna system. I'll listen to your audio.
Tell me about your antenna system. I'll listen to your audio.
All right, vertical, ground radio, and with ground radio, I'm running 100 watts and 100 watts, just antenna and radio.
Roger, Daniel, and what kind of antenna do you have, sir?
Roger, Daniel, and what kind of antenna do you have, sir?
It is a DX Commander.
Not familiar with it. Is that an infed?
Not familiar with it. Is that an infed?
No, sir. It's a vertical. It's 17 and 10 on it.
Roger, I was just looking around. I have a vertical on my local receiver, but it wasn't doing much, nor where I run three 10-foot vertical mic loops, and they were not doing well. So I went back to my Georgia SDR, and you're sounding really good down that way. So you might want to check some settings, see how they're doing, see if we could get you maybe a little fatter. We suggest you run your compressor engaged at a 3, compressor on and at a 3 to begin the setup, Roger.
Compressor on and at a 3 to begin the setup, Roger.
Alrighty, and then we move to the ALC with mic gain in hand. And as you speak fairly rapidly, 100, 200, 300, adjust your mic gain until your ALC is running mid-scale to 2/3, Roger.
Until your ALC is running mid-scale to 2/3, Roger.
1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000.
Roger. So you're running now mid-scale. Usually we suggest a little bit faster tempo to bring that ALC meter up, and you can read it a lot better if your cadence is a little faster, Roger.
A lot better if your cadence is a little faster, Roger.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Roger, yeah. Well, what I'm saying though is, as far as the cadence is concerned, is 1 1 1 1 1 1. You can do that, or 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1 1 2 3. Get that cadence up so the meter stays up. Otherwise, it's going to try to fall down between words, Roger.
Stays up. Otherwise, it's going to try to fall down between words, Roger.
Roger, Roger. So I'm assuming now we're running a mid-scale to 2/3. Is that a Roger?
So I'm assuming now we're running a mid-scale to 2/3. Is that a Roger?
That is a Roger.
Alrighty, now the other thing before we go to EQ is to make sure that your radio is running in the 100 to 2900 bandpass. 100 to 2900 bandpass, Roger.
100 to 2900 bandpass, Roger.
Roger, Roger.
Alrighty, now do you know where the EQ page is on that DX3000?
EQ page is on that DX3000.
I'm going to it right now.
Alrighty, and hopefully I can get a copy on you on Arlington or my local antenna. Arlington has a nice full fidelity SDR internet transmission going down to 100 cycles. So let me see if I can get you on Arlington, Roger. Come back and let me hear you for a minute.
Roger, come back and let me hear you for a minute.
Roger, Roger. Here, Kilo November 4, Mike Kilo Quebec.
Alrighty, I've got you on Arlington. So maybe a EQ shift plus 2 clicks Treble EQ. Plus 2 clicks boost, Treble EQ from where you are, Roger.
Plus 2 clicks boost, Treble EQ from where you are, Roger.
Roger, Roger. And that's EQ1.
That's the Ty, you have how many? What's your EQ? Is it a 3-band or 8-band or what?
How many? What's your EQ? Is it a 3-band or 8-band or what?
It's a 3-band.
Roger. Okay, we want to be sure that the mid-band EQ is flat. The mid-band EQ is flat. We want to go to the treble EQ and boost that 2 dB, 2 clicks from where it was, Roger.
And boost that 2 dB, 2 clicks from where it was, Roger.
Roger, Roger.
Alrighty, and now tell me what you like best about your radio, and let me hear you.
Now tell me what you like best about your radio, and let me hear you.
The ability to receive and cutting out noise, QRN, and that is really good. I got it used, but that's the way ham radio goes.
Roger, Roger, Daniel. Now go to your bass EQ and crank up 2 clicks additional bass EQ. Boost your bass EQ by 2 clicks from where it is, Roger.
Boost your bass EQ by 2 clicks from where it is, Roger.
Alrighty, tell me something I don't know for 10 seconds.
Alrighty, tell me something I don't know for 10 seconds.
That would be hard to do. That would be hard to do. It's unbelievable that we're having 75 degrees here in South Carolina in December.
Roger, Roger, Daniel. Well, you got a little bit fatter bottom end. We'll see how that goes for a little while. And maybe next Friday you can give me another shout, and maybe we'll have better conditions, and I'll be able to get you on my local antenna, and we can fine-tune. But you're pretty close now, Roger.
A local antenna, and we can fine-tune. But you're pretty close now, Roger.
Well, thank you, sir. I do appreciate it, and I've been waiting a long time to come on here and see if I can get this thing top-notch by your standards. Thank you. KC9VKV, Kilo November 4, Mic Kilo Quebec. You have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Roger, Daniel. And just before you go, are you running a hand mic? Is that a Roger?
Roger, Daniel. And just before you go, are you running a hand mic? Is that a Roger?
That is a Roger.
Okay, I want you to work that hand mic, pull it to the corner of your lips. Let it actually touch the corner of your lips and work across it. And if you do like that, you won't have any plosives and mouth noises. So just bring it to the side of your mouth, to the corner of your lips. So actually let it touch the corner of your lips and talk across it. Roger?
Actually, let it touch the corner of your lips and talk across it. Roger?
Roger, Roger. I hope that helps. I've come a little closer now.
Yes, sir. I think that's got her. You know, the next step would be to go to your local music store and get yourself a foam windscreen to put over that hand mic. They make them shorter these days, so they do actually, you know, just cover the top part of the hand mic, and you still can key and all that stuff without too much problems. But the foam windscreen does solve almost all of the articulation problems as far as plosives and mouth noises and stuff. Roger?
As far as plosives and mouth noises and stuff. Roger?
Okie dokie, I'll do that. I'll go up to our local music store here in Charlotte, in North Carolina, and see if I can't get one for this mic.
Roger. Well, I don't know if you'll be able to get one for a communications hand mic, but you know, they do have them, like I say, they're shorter now, and they come in a multitude of colors, so I'm sure you can get it in the color that you would like. It's 73, Daniel, and you have a great afternoon and a beautiful weekend.
It's 73, Daniel, and you have a great afternoon and a beautiful weekend.
You too, sir.
Roger. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
There's a Delta Oscar station out there. Delta Oscar, come back slowly phonetically with your call sign.
Come back slowly phonetically with your call sign.
The Delta Oscar, is there a Delta Oscar out there?
Sure, is there a Delta Oscar out there?
Kilo Delta 4, Bravo Oscar Alpha.
Said Bravo Alpha Alpha?
Said Bravo Alpha Alpha?
I'm only copying you about a couple of clicks above my noise level, above the Milford SDR noise level. Let me go down to George and see if I got a better copy on you, sir. If you would, why don't you give me about 10 seconds, tell me about your antenna system, and I'll see if I can find a better path for us. Yeah, I didn't copy anything at all that time. Bravo Alpha Alpha, if that's what it is, come back and give me another 10 seconds or so and see if I can find a better path for us. Might be having some trouble with your power amp. I thought I heard it come on for a second and then dump off. Roger, Roger?
A second and then dump off. Roger, Roger?
Sorry, sir, I'm not copying you now. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Maybe Mother Nature had to change her heart there. I'm not sure. But if my signal comes up to you after a little bit, give me another shout, and we'll see if we can make contact. This is the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. I'm not copying anything. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. We're recording now live till 5, so if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Romeo, Tango, X-ray.
I heard a little Tango X-ray on my local antenna. Station Tango X-ray, come back slowly, phonetically with your call sign.
Kilo Delta 9, Romeo, Tango, X-ray. Kilo Delta 9, Romeo, Tango, X-ray.
Romeo, Tango X-ray, roger. What's the location there?
I am in West Lafayette, Indiana.
Roger, West Lafayette, Indiana. What's the name?
Name here is Cade, Charlie Alpha, Delta Echo.
Repeat again, please.
Cade, Charlie Alpha, Delta Echo.
Is that Jade?
Cade, Charlie Alpha, Delta Echo.
Roger, roger, Charlie Alpha, Delta Echo. And what radio are you running there?
I am running a brand new Yaesu FTDX10.
Roger, and it's a Cade, is that a Roger?
That's a Roger.
All right, Cade, why don't you give me about 10 seconds, let me listen to you, and I'll see if I can get a better antenna for us.
Sounds good. Yeah, I just got this FTDX10, and I'm running it through a Hustler 6-band trap vertical. This is a nice upgrade from my,
Roger, okay. If you'd be interested maybe in getting your signal a little bit fatter, our setup procedure starts with you engaging your compressor at a 3. It's a token amount, but it does exactly what we need it to do. Compressor on and at a 3, Roger.
Compressor is on and at a 3.
All right, now we move to the ALC with mic gain in hand, and as you speak fairly quickly, 100, 100, 100, or 100, 200, 300, whatever it is, a fast cadence and with your mic gain in hand, adjust to whether your ALC meter is running mid-scale to 2/3. Mid-scale to 2/3 on your ALC by way of mic gain manipulation.
Kilo Delta 9, Romeo Tango X-ray testing mic gain setting on the FTDX10, and I am running about 2/3 currently.
Excellent, excellent. Alrighty, now, why don't you tell me what you like best about your radio, and I'll listen to you a little bit more.
Well, I live in a subdivision, which is a fairly high noise environment, and I'm running a vertical HF antenna, so I really enjoy the front end on this thing and its ability to pull out weak signals.
Alrighty. If you know where your equalization page is, let's go there.
All right, I am there.
Alrighty, I want you to do a Treble EQ Boost, 2 clicks from where you are, plus 2 clicks boost Treble EQ from where you are.
Okay, is that any better? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yes, sir. Now I want you to go, is that a 3-band or 8-band, or what kind of EQ is that?
It is a 3-band.
Alrighty, let's go to your bass EQ and crank in 2 clicks boost bass EQ from where you are.
2 clicks of bass boost, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alrighty, and just double check to be sure your mid-band EQ is flat. Your mid EQ is flat, Roger?
That is a Roger.
Roger, roger, yes. Mid-band EQ should always be flat because the whole idea of balancing audio is a treble EQ to mid-range match and a bass EQ to mid-range match or balance. And if you push the mid-range, it's so much harder for the bass and the treble to catch up as far as balance is concerned. Roger?
That's a Roger. How am I sounding now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sounds really good and nice and full. So I would say run it like that. And if you would, something to do as you're talking, why don't you pull out your ALC and watch your ALC as you speak, and you develop a relationship with your ALC. Pretty soon you'll be able to command your ALC to run mid-scale to 2/3 precisely just by your voice control. Roger?
That's a Roger. It's not something I use a whole lot, but I should really start to learn it. Thank you very much.
Yes, I want to give you something to do there. You can start seeing a relationship between the words that you speak and how it affects your ALC. That's the main thing. Roger?
That's a Roger.
Well, all right there, Cade. I appreciate you dropping by, sir. You have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. And like I said, we are recording this, and we will be posting it up on YouTube. So if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook, that will take you to this recording. This will be cut number 1 of 1950 QSO-VLOG recordings. Roger?
That's a Roger. I thank you very much, and this is a wonderful service you're providing to all the hams out there. 73, this is Kilo Delta 9, Romeo Tango X-ray clear.
Roger, Cad. Roger, 73, sir. You have a great afternoon and a beautiful weekend. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Kilo 5, Romeo Foxtrot, go.
Kilo 5 station, come back slowly, phonetically with your call sign.
Kilo 5, Romeo Foxtrot, go.
Romeo Foxtrot Golf. Roger, what's the name there?
The name is Ryan, Romeo Yankee Alpha November.
Roger, Ryan, and what's your location, sir?
I am temporarily located in Wadsworth, Ohio.
Roger, Ohio. And what radio are you running?
I am testing out my FT991A.
Try that again. You kind of dropped down. FT what?
Trying out my new FT991A.
Roger that. Okay, Ryan, why don't you give me about 10 seconds and tell me about your antenna system, and I'll listen to your audio.
Roger that. Like I said, this is a brand new FT991A, so I'm still getting used to all the settings. I'm currently running a TN07 Engineering Stealth Eve antenna. And yeah, about 75 watts, I think, is what I set the power to today.
Alrighty, I've got you dialed in on one of my 10-foot vertical magnetic loops. Matter of fact, the 0 degree 10-foot vertical magnetic loop. So why don't you tell me about 10 seconds what you like best about your radio?
From the little bit that I've used it so far, I'm really liking the fact that it goes out and picks up weak signals, and I can adjust different filters and widths to dial that signal in and get it to come in a lot clearer. I'm really liking that ability.
Roger, we have a very full audio spectrum there. Your curve is from one end to the other. You might crank in a couple more clicks of Treble EQ to balance your bottom end. Let's hear what that sounds like. Plus 2 clicks additional Treble EQ from where you are.
Roger that. Give me just a second to find that setting.
Roger B, SSB transmit. I think we were just there.
Copy SSB transmit, and you said that sounds better?
Yeah, we wanted to do 2 clicks additional treble EQ from where we were.
How's that? Is that any better?
Yeah, I think so. Thing is, we want to make sure that you're in your 100 to 2900 bandpass. 100 to 2900 bandpass, Roger.
Copy that, 100 to 2900 bandpass.
Roger, and that's what you are in at the moment.
Not just yet. I apologize. Like I said, this is a brand new radio, so I'm still trying to get used to all the settings. And I'm looking for that now. Kilo 5 Romeo Foxtrot Golf.
Roger that. Why don't you put that on a note to self for later consumption. Verify that you're in the 100 to 2900 bandpass mode, Roger. That's the only way you should really run that radio. There's no reason to compromise, Roger.
Copy that, 100 to 2900 bandpass. I will definitely find that setting and adjust it appropriately.
Alrighty, now, are you using a hand mic, or what kind of mic are you using?
I have a Yaesu M70 desktop mic that I'm currently using.
Alright, I want you to back off that mic about a total of 3 inches. Work that mic about 3 inches away, Roger.
Roger that, back off about 3 inches.
Yeah, because I heard some transients there. The thing is, if you want to, if you go to your local music store, you can get a foam windscreen for about $4 or $5 that would just slip over that mic, and you could work it any way you want to, Roger.
Roger that. I'll look into getting that windscreen for this. I appreciate all your help so far.
Yes, sir. Now, I want us to go back to our ALC and verify that we are still in the mid-scale to 2/3 activity as far as the ALC is concerned, because a lot of times when you do, we did some pretty extensive EQing, re-EQing down there, and when you do that, you need to go back to your ALC just to verify that you're still mid-scale to 2/3. Roger?
Roger, I've set the meter on the front display to ALC, and I'm showing it's about a little bit more than halfway currently.
Yes, sir. That's fine. Looks good. Your dynamic range is 3 dB, which is exactly what we were looking for, which means your average percent of peak modulation is between 80 and 85%. Roger?
Roger.
Well, gosh, I think we're done for now. Get the Gorilla Tape and taper down, sir.
Roger that. Thank you so much for your help. Kilo 5 Romeo Foxtrot Golf.
Roger, Roger, Ryan, 73, sir. You have a great afternoon, a beautiful weekend. This is the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. Kilo, Charlie 9, Victor, Kilo, Victor, Friday afternoon, QSO-VLOG. If you have a radio you want to check, give me a shout.
If you have a radio you want to check, give me a shout. Kilo 9, Charlie, Tango, Sierra.
Charlie, Tango, Sierra, come back slowly, phonetically with your call sign.
Sierra, come back slowly, phonetically with your call sign.
Roger.
Kilo 9er, Charlie, Tango, Sierra.
Kilo 4, Charlie, Tango, Sierra, is that Roger?
Kilo 4, Charlie, Tango, Sierra, is that Roger? Negative. It's Kilo 9, Charlie Tango Sierra.
Okay, I'm missing one right after the 9. Give me the whole call sign slowly, phonetically again, please.
Give me the whole call sign slowly, phonetically again, please. Roger. Kilo 9er Charlie Tango Sierra. Kilo 9er Charlie Tango Sierra.
Roger, I thought just what I was saying, Charlie Tango Sierra. But anyway, what's the name there, sir?
Saying Charlie Tango Sierra. But anyway, what's the name there, sir? The name here is Fred, and just heard you on the radio, and heard you helping a fellow with the FTDX10, and I happen to have a similar radio, just bought it a couple of days ago. Over.
All right, so you're running a FTDX10, is that a Roger?
All right, so you're running a FTDX10, is that a Roger?
All righty, give me your name one more time. You got a hit right when you give me your name, so give me your name one more time, please. Okay, hang on just a second. I lost my my Milford SDR kicked me off again. Boy, these guys, I tell you what, they need to get a government job or something. Just no end to getting kicked off all the time. Anyway, let me just be a moment. He said, it's coming. Here she comes. All right, and audio and up. All right, I'm back on now. And why don't you give me about 10 seconds and tell me about your antenna system here.
About your antenna system here. QSO. Let's see, I'm running an NFS sloper. Slopes down to about 10 feet off the ground, up to a second tree. 100 feet of coax running to it, and FTDX10 running 100 watts. Over.
Alrighty, now, like I said, I did get a hit right on your name last time, so yeah, give me your name one more time.
Yeah, give me your name one more time. Roger. The name here, the name is Greg. Greg, Golf Romeo Echo Golf.
I'm copying Greg, is that correct?
I'm copying Greg, is that correct? QSO.
All right, Greg, so what we want to do here is you run the setup procedure. It starts with you engaging your compressor at a 3. Turn that compressor on and adjust it for a 3. It's a token amount. You'll never hear it on the air, but it does exactly what we need it to do as far as coming up with the 3 dB dynamic range at the end of our setup procedure. So compressor on and add a 3.
So compressor on and add a 3.
Processor, compressor, they're all the same thing. Roger.
Compressor, they're all the same thing. Roger.
All right, now I want you to move to your ALC with mic gain in hand, and as you speak fairly rapidly, 100, 100, 100, or 100, 200, 300, or 400, whatever it takes, at a rapid cadence, adjust your mic level control until your ALC meter is running mid-scale to 2/3.
It's running mid-scale to 2/3. Running the mic gain, so it's running, what do you say, a half, 2/3? We're running a little bit hot here, it looks like, so just drop it down just that, and how does that sound?
Alrighty, now, let's see, I need to see if I can find a better path for us. Why don't you tell me something you like best about your radio?
You like best about your radio? So I'm regarding the 100. Got some time to the display and being able to see the signals.
All right, I want you to take another look at your ALC, and matter of fact, I want you to leave your ALC out if you could, and just turn your mic gain up to where you're running a mid-scale to 2/3, or verify that you're running mid-scale to 2/3 on your ALC. Roger?
Roger, adjusting the mic gain. I'd say I'm running, almost to 2/3. I'm running just under the line that says
I think the line you're not supposed to go over. If that makes sense, over.
Roger, your gain came up astronomical there. Your mic gain just about blew me out of the seat here. So, but I don't want you to go in the red. I want you to stay mid-scale to 2/3, but just make sure that you are running at that mid-scale to 2/3 on your ALC. Roger.
Roger, Roger. We're running mid-scale to 2/3. How's that sound? Back to you, over.
Yes, sir. Sounds a lot better. Before it sounded like you were down there about 10% of audio. Now you're up, and I've got you on my local antenna. So I want you to go to your equalization page, Roger.
Roger, I'm on the equalization page.
All right, I want you to increase your treble EQ. First of all, I want to verify that you're in the mid-scale, at your mid-scale. Hello, hang on just a moment. Let me refreeze my brain here. Your mid-scale EQ should be flat. Your mid-EQ should be flat. Roger?
Currently I have it set to a -2, but I'll bring it up as we talk here from a -2 to a 0.
Yes, sir. Always keep your mid-range EQ flat, because the whole premise of an equalization is a balance from the mid-range to the top and a balance from the mid-range to the bottom. And if you mess with the mid-range, it's so much harder to strike balance from the top to the bottom. So we want to start with that mid-range always flat. Roger?
Roger, I appreciate the explanation. It's something I don't know much about. Back to you.
Roger. Okay, now I want you to go to your Treble EQ and boost your Treble EQ 2 clicks from where it is. Boost the Treble EQ 2 clicks from where it is.
QSL, I raised it from a 4 to a 6. I raised it from a 4 to a 6. Over.
Alrighty, now I want you to tell me something that you don't like about your radio, and let me hear you for 10 seconds or so.
QSL, well, the two things I've run into are it's easy to bump the VFO and you end up on the wrong frequency, just off frequency slightly, and I also miss a lot of the buttons. It seems like you got to do 2 button presses to do what you want to do, and the FT900, the presses is just a single press. Over.
Roger. Now check to see if your radio has a lock position. You can do that later, but just make a note to self, check to see if the radio does have a lock mode, and when you engage in a QSO or whatever, just go ahead and hit that frequency on lock so you don't bump it off frequency. Roger?
Roger. In fact, I'm using lock right now, and I did actually raise the resistance on the knob, and that actually helped some too. Over.
Roger that. Now, okay, now on your bass EQ, I want you to advance that 2 clicks. Advance the bass EQ 2 clicks, boost from where it is.
QSL. I just raised it from a 3 to a 5. From a 3 to a 5. Over.
Alrighty, and tell me something that you really like about ham radio.
I think I love guys like you. It's kind of cool seeing all the different things that people do and how helpful people are. I just enjoy the community and the camaraderie. Over.
Roger, Greg. Well, I think we've got her, sir. We've got her a lot closer, and we can run like that for a while. Maybe, I'd like a better copy on you. Maybe next week you could check in and give me a shout, and we can pick up again and see if we can fine-hone just a little bit more. Roger?
Roger. I'll try to do that. I'll actually be away from my radio next week for Christmas, but the next chance I get, I will tune back in, and appreciate the help. Thank you very, very much. K9CTS.
Roger, Greg, and we have been recording now, and what we'll do is post this up on YouTube in the next couple of days, probably by noon tomorrow, if all goes well and the creeks don't rise. And then you would go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook. And that will take you to our main QSO-VLOG net page, where we're currently featuring 1,950 some odd QSO-VLOGs. And this will be cut number 1. So regardless of what YouTube says, you go to KC9VKV logbook, and that will be our QSO-VLOG page, and this would be this recording will be cut 1. Roger?
Roger. Thanks for the help, and I'll say 73 for now. Thank you for all you're doing. K9CQ.
Roger, Greg, 73, sir. Have a great afternoon, a beautiful weekend. This is the Kilo Charlie 9 Victor, Kilo Victor, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
V3 Hotel Foxtrot, Quebec.
Hotel Foxtrot, Quebec. Come back slowly, phonetically with the call sign.
Okay, thank you very much. The name here is Paul, Papa Alpha Uniform Lima. The call is Victor Echo 3 Hotel Foxtrot, Quebec.
Roger, Paul. And what's your location, sir?
Yeah, we're in Bell River, which is about 25 miles east of Detroit on the south shores of Lake St. Clair. And I won't keep you. I just want to, in fact, I've got all the tools outside. I've just had a problem because of the wind with the Hustler. I got a 6-band Hustler. And I hope I've got everything fixed there now, and I've got to get out and pick tools up and everything else. But just wanted to see if we were getting out okay. Everything seems to be okay on the meters. And would just appreciate a signal report running us 7300 with the obviously the vertical antenna. So back to you, and thanks very kindly for coming back to us, and I won't keep the net. VE3 Hotel Foxtrot, Quebec.
Roger, Paul. Gosh, your curve, your EQ curve is just perfect from one end to the other end. Activity looks like down to about 50 cycles. Just beautiful. The top end is nice and full, so you have a well-balanced QSO. Well, it could go either way. You know, it could be QSO, it could be contest. Just a very beautiful audio curve, Roger. And we are located, I'm on my local antenna, so we are located just across the Ohio River from Louisville, Kentucky. We're on the Indiana side of the Ohio River, right at Louisville, and I'm not, you know, I have my RF gain turned way back to stay out of compression, but I'm looking at your audio on a VU meter set to 0 on your peaks, and when you see speaking, I see noise, and my noise is down there around 15, so you're about 15 over my local noise level. Roger?
Yeah, very good. Okay, well, sounds good, and do appreciate all the information, and I'll scoot outside and before it gets dark, gather up all the tools and say, hey, the job was a success. Now I got to tie down the antenna with the guy lines. Thanks very much, and to you and yours, all the best for a Merry Christmas. This is Victor Echo 3 Hotel Foxtrot, Quebec. We'll be clear, and just back to you for your final.
Roger, Paul, just one quick thing. You know, I got 3 or 4 things for location. Give me a simple location for you, sir.
Windsor, Ontario, just east of Windsor, Ontario, which is the border city to Detroit.
Thank you much, sir. Appreciate that. 73, and may you get all your stuff in before the breezes take over and the rain hits or whatever's going to happen. 73, sir. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Shout. Kilo 7 Bravo Echo November on W2OT.
OT station, come back slowly, phonetically with the call sign.
Come back slowly, phonetically with the call sign.
This is Whiskey 2 Oscar Tango, W2OT, Cincinnati.
Roger, 2OT, Cincinnati. And what is the name there, please?
This is James. My name here is Marty, M-A-R-T-Y.
Okay, Marty, I'm copying you right now on Milford, and Milford's got a buzzsaw jammer going on, so I need to look for another location. If you would, why don't you give me about 10 seconds and tell me about your antenna system, Roger?
Roger. Ground system is a vertical ground-mounted above sea level.
The antenna has 3 radial ground radials to this antenna.
This antenna is a 5 plus a 5 BT.
Alrighty, I found you down in Georgia, so let them jam, Milford. We're down in Georgia. You're about 12 over down in Georgia, Roger.
We're down in Georgia. You're about 12 over down in Georgia, Roger.
Okay, very good. I'll accept the 12 over 9. You're just fading a little bit. You're about S8. About S8. Running the ICOM 7300. And the microphone's a D104. How's the sound by you? Go ahead.
Oh, splendid for a D104, sir. You have that D104 under control. Now, is that a powered D104?
You have that D104 under control. Now, is that a powered D104?
Oh, negative. It's not a powered D104, no.
Well, amazing. I mean, you just, no matching transformer, you're just coming right out of the element into the radio. Is that a Roger?
Transformer just coming right out of the element into the radio. Is that a Roger?
What I'm doing is the D104 does not have a preamp, but in 1970 I built my own equalizer, which is a 2-band EQ with an op amp in it, and it's going to the 7300 with the +5 and a +5 with the processor on 1. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Okay. Well, I knew we would get to something because it sounded too good to be direct because those D104 cartridges are so high impedance that if one tries to go direct into a current radio, it just turns out to be sheet tin. So you got a good handle on that, and your homebrew's doing real well. Now, usually we suggest a 3 on the compressor, about a third of the compression capability. I'm not sure exactly how that would turn out as far as your homebrew stuff.
Exactly how that would turn out as far as your homebrew stuff.
Well, I tried a processor on 3, James, but the background increases tremendously, so I try to keep the background down, keeping the processor on 1. I believe there's enough audio with the processor on 1. Go ahead.
Oh, yes, sir. Well, it's, what we're looking for is to take a 10 dB dynamic range transmitter and at the end of our setup have it a 3 dB dynamic range and go from a 30% average peak modulation to an 80 to 85% peak modulation. So we would go from the compressor in line to the ALC meter with mic gain in hand, adjust the mic gain until the ALC meter is running mid-scale to 2/3.
Mic gain until the ALC meter is running mid-scale to 2/3.
ALC is around 2/3, so maybe slightly higher than 2/3.
Roger. Looks like about 3 dB, so that's exactly where we want. Now, why don't you tell me about your antenna system so that I can listen a little bit more to your audio?
Why don't you tell me about your antenna system so that I can listen a little bit more to your audio?
The antenna system is a Hustler, 5 dB TV, ground-mounted vertical, and earlier at the present time running 3 radials. And again, it's a 5 BTV Hustler, and we're 850 feet above sea level. Go ahead.
Roger, Roger. So as I'm looking at your audio on a freak meter, you're running off at about 300 cycles. You could extend that a little bit more if you wanted to, give you a little bit fuller signal, but it's up to you about how full that bottom end you're looking at.
It's up to you about how full that bottom end you're looking at.
I'm kind of losing you, James. I'm losing you. Let me see 73. You're in the noise at the present time. You're in the noise. KC9VKV. This is W2OT Cincinnati 73.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm sure it was just a temporary thing, sir. Usually we do real well going east, but we'll say 73, sir, and you have a great afternoon, a beautiful weekend. I'm recording, and we'll be posting the recording up on YouTube in the next couple of days. Matter of fact, by probably noon tomorrow. So if you go to YouTube and you call it a search, KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, that will take you to our QSO-VLOG page. This will be cut 1 of 1,950 recorded QSO-VLOGs.
Cut 1 of 1,950 recorded QSO-VLOGs.
Okay, 73, W2OT Cincinnati, clear frequency is 718873.
Roger. KC9VKV, Friday afternoon, QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Kilo 7, Bravo, Echo, November.
Bravo, Echo, November. Are you in Sevenland?
November, are you in Sevenland?
Negative. That's a vanity call sign. I'm in Jacksonville, Florida. Over.
That would be Foreland?
That would be Foreland?
That's correct.
All right, I have a regional detector map going here, so it's laced with LEDs that correspond to the regions of the call signs, and I've got you blinking on a 4, which is, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, in that area. What radio are you running there, and what's the name?
South Carolina, in that area. What radio are you running there, and what's the name?
Well, the name has been Bravo Echo November, just like the call sign. That's why I ended up with a 7 call, because when I went to get my vanity call, all of the 4 calls ending in Bravo Echo November were taken up already. We're running a ICOM 7610, and I'm talking on a Heil PR 781 microphone.
Alrighty, I just found you on my local antenna. We run 4 internet SDRs plus our local antenna. We have 3 10-foot vertical mag loops, 1 vertical omnidirectional at and so what? I've got you on my dipole actually, and so why don't you tell me what you like best about your radio, and let me listen to you.
Yeah, so this is a radio. I actually bought it second-hand from another ham. I was noticing that, and he had 2 of them. He had 2 of the 7610s, and I was noticing that he was hearing a lot of things that I was not hearing. And I had bought an amplifier and had it hooked up so I could, talk on 40, because basically you can't talk on 40 without an amplifier unless the band is just completely in your favor, which sometimes it is and other times it isn't. And I was just noticing he was hearing a lot of things that I wasn't hearing, or hearing them better, and realized that the receiver on my older 9100 ICOM was not quite as good as the 7610, and made him an offer, and he took it, and now we can transmit and receive good.
Roger. Okay, I think we can maybe get your audio a little fatter, if you might be interested. Our setup procedure starts with you engaging your compressor at a 3. It's a token amount and nothing you'll hear on the air, but it helps us achieve a 3 dB dynamic range at the end. So it would be to start your compressor engaged at a 3, Roger?
Okay, it was at 3, and, it was at 5, and I've turned it down to 3.
Excellent. Okay, now let's move to your ALC with mic gain in hand, and I want you to speak fairly rapidly, 100, 200, 300, and adjust your mic gain until your ALC is running mid-scale to 2/3.
Okay, this is the mic gain currently at 50%. I'm looking at the ALC, and it is peaking just below halfway, so I'm going to bring the mic gain up about 10%. So now the mic gain is at 60%, and it is peaking right about halfway to 2/3.
Roger. Now, what type of mic are you using, sir?
This is the Heil PR 781.
Alrighty. I'm looking at your EQ on Spectrum Analyzer. I would like for you to crank in a couple of clicks additional Treble Boost EQ. Treble Boost, 2 clicks, Roger.
Okay, copy 2 clicks of Treble Boost. That is going to take me going into the menu. I've done this before. Standby 1. Oh, wait, hold on. Here we go. I'm doing it on the air. Let's see. Set, voice. Oh, nope. Oh boy, audio, there we go. Oh, I can see my waveform. Alright, so we're going to go to level. And, I may have to get retrained on this radio here. There's a way. to adjust my treble. I know there is.
Transmit sideband.
Yeah, it's your TX bandwidth. Fix your bandwidth. Fix your...
Yeah, transmit bandwidth treble EQ.
Well, the transmit bandwidth is set to wide right now.
Okay, that's the your bandpass, and you want your bandpass to be 100 to 2900. 100 to 2900 on your bandpass, which is wide, Roger?
Okay, well that's the way it's set. It's set to wide currently.
All right, but now we're talking about EQ. Okay, note to self. Note to self. When you find out where your EQ is, we want 2 clicks additional treble EQ. Roger?
Okay, I'm getting in there now. So sideband, 2 clicks additional treble. It's already up about +3, so I'm going to bring it up to about +5, and that pretty much opens the treble all the way up. Now I do have a naturally bassy voice, kind of a nasally bassy sounding voice naturally. Over.
Roger. Okay, I'm looking at again on your voice curve on a spectrum analyzer, and the top end additional EQ boost helps. Now I want you to go on the bottom side to the bass EQ, and I want you to add 2 clicks bass EQ, and let me listen to you after you add 2 clicks additional bass EQ.
Okay, so transmit bass is on -3 right now, and I'm going to add 2. So I just added 2, and it's at a -1. So we're at -1 for the transmit bass.
Okay, I would leave that there. Now, you have a button called Quick. Are you familiar with that button? It's kind of towards the middle of the radio on the right-hand side, slightly off middle.
4.
I'm sorry, we doubled. Did you find it?
I see the button below the display. I'm not sure I've ever pressed that button before.
Okay, press the Quick button. It should take you to Drive.
Yep, drive gain. I see it.
And what's your drive gain?
34%.
Okay, I want you to take that to 65%. Take your drive gain to 65, and let me hear you.
Okay, drive gain is now at 65%. 65%.
Roger. Normally, that drive gain is at 50, so somebody was in there playing with it. Anyway, normally that gain is at 50, and we suggest moving that up to 65. So tell me something in about 10 seconds that you like about your radio.
Well, I can talk for a few seconds to tell you about it. I got a new Balun from Palomar Engineering. It's a 4-to-1 and 1-to-1 integrated Balun. Handles 1,500 watts peak power. Got it up just over the weekend, and now we're not tripping these new fancy breakers. They got these new arc fault circuit breakers for the new houses over the past couple of years. It's a new thing, and radio interference causes them to trip, and thankfully the new Balun has fixed that issue.
Excellent, excellent. Now I want you to bring your bass EQ up to 0, flat. Bass EQ up to flat. It's like +1 from where you are, I guess.
Apparently when I key up, it takes me out of the menu if I do that, so I need to stay keyed down. I apologize. So I'm going to go transmit, sideband, bass EQ. We're going to go from -1 to flat. All right, so we are at flat on the bass EQ. So hopefully we're sounding better than when we first started.
Sounds exactly the same. No change.
That's not true, sir. I don't know what you're listening to. We're listening to a receiver that has 100 cycle response on the bottom end of the audio and then 50 cycles on the monitor. What is your monitor, sir?
What?
What is your monitor system?
What the hell are you talking about? A monitor system?
Sir, this is a controlled net, please.
Controlled by whom?
By me, sir. This is a QSO-VLOG net in operation.
Oh, for Christ's sakes.
There you go. Let's knock the piss out of Jim.
So he expects me to believe that all of those settings were changed, but that Nothing sounds different? I don't believe that.
Man's got some severe problems. Well, all right there, Ben. I think we were done. I think you have achieved near magnificence on that 7610, Roger.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, and I can't. I don't know how anybody can fathom that you would make that many setting changes to a radio, but it would sound the same. I don't understand how the math adds up there.
Roger. Now, one other thing. Your proximity to microphone affects your tonality. It's called bass buildup, proximity effect. So we want you to find a place probably about 2 inches away from that microphone and just dwell there. If you pull back off mic, you're going to get faint, not faint, but your audio bass line is going to drop down. If you get closer than that, you're going to be heavy on the bass line. So I would like to hear you about 2 inches off of your microphone, Roger.
Okay, this right here is about 2 to 3 inches from the microphone. I'm normally, say, about 1 inch away from the microphone. Over.
All right, let me hear you at 1 inch.
All right, this is where I normally talk, right about 1 inch from the microphone.
I would stay right there and pay particular attention that you do stay there because, you know, we've increased your drive. What drive does is it tries to keep your audio up. And if you pull off mic, then you're going to be losing some of the top end, and it's still going to try to pull that up to zero level. So, you know, it could be muddy. So I want you to concentrate on being on mic at that 1 inch position, Roger.
Yeah, that's where I naturally talk into almost any microphone, whether it's a handheld mic in a PA system or a two-way radio mic. I kind of naturally just give it about 1 inch of distance and talk into that way, especially on a PA system, we can help reduce feedback and things like that. Over.
Yeah, Roger, Ben. I would suggest, though, that next time you're in town or around, that you drop by your local music store and get a foam windscreen to fit over that mic. Then you take care of all of the transients, Roger.
Yeah, copy that. That's one thing I've never had any feedback on from anyone if they're hearing any kind of pops or hisses or anything like that are being picked up by the microphone.
Yeah, not many, but there were a few. So that foam windscreen would just solve all of that, Roger.
Yeah, copy that. I have one around here somewhere, so I'll just dig out the box. I have one that'll fit perfect over this mic. I think it was originally for a Shure mic or a Sennheiser or something like that, but that should work just fine.
Roger. Well, let me say 73 to you, sir. Get the Gorilla Tape out and taper down.
All right, I appreciate it. I've actually am going to go into the menu and save this to the memory card. That's the beautiful thing about this radio is having these profiles that you can save. So I will do that. I appreciate your time and your help. This is really the first time I've ever had anybody take the time to give me feedback on the audio. And despite the detractors out there, I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. And I can't thank you enough. I really appreciate your time.
Yes, sir, Ben. And what part of Florida are you in? Yeah, I'm sorry, Ben. What part of Florida are you in?
I'm in Jacksonville, Florida. That's the northeast corner of Florida.
Roger. Well, 73, sir. And we have been recording, and we will post this recording up on YouTube probably about noon tomorrow. So if you would like to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube, do a call letter search for KC9VKV. That's Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook. Logbook, KC9VKV logbook will take you to our QSO-VLOG page. This will be cut number 1 of 1950 some odd QSO-VLOG recordings. Roger?
Okay, copy that. I've got it in YouTube and I've got the URL saved. Thanks again for everything. K7BEN.
Roger, Ben. 73, sir. And you have a great afternoon, a beautiful weekend, and that will wrap it up for us since 3:30. We've been recording, and hope you've enjoyed it. We have, and if you get a chance, join us next Friday. We start the whole thing at 3:30 and record till 5. So we got to jump out of here now, and this will be KC9VKV, returning the frequency back to normal amateur radio use. This is KC9VKV clear.
Merry Christmas, Jim. It's K4HEW.
Roger, HEW 73, sir. Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you, Jim. 73, K4 TOR.
TOR 73, and have a great Christmas.
Great job there, Jim. This is Gene, Whiskey 8 Whiskey India Lima. Take care, my buddy. 7-3.
Boy, everybody's sounding great this afternoon. We'll catch everybody. Merry Christmas, 73. KC9VKV clear.